Welcome to this edition of Chelmsford High School's Lions Pride. I'm Steve Murray, principal of Chelmsford High School. Each month we celebrate 2 seniors from each house. We recognize these students for their academic success as well as their countless activities and programs that these students participate in that make Chelmsford High School one of the best high schools in the state. This recognition and show would not be possible without the generosity and support of the Chelmsford Rotary Club. They have sponsored this program for over 30 years. So without further ado, let's meet our deans and our students of the month. And welcome, we're here to celebrate March's Students of the Month, and we'll start with Hawthorne House. I'll turn it over to Dean Blagg to introduce our first student of the month from Hawthorne.
Thanks, Principal Murray. I'm really excited to introduce Adam Lizine as one of our March Students of the Month. Adam's an outstanding kid, very well-rounded. He's a 3-sport star here at Chelmsford High School. He's a captain of the hockey team and the baseball team, and also played golf. He's been an excellent student throughout his 4 years, taking a wide range of classes with high rigor. He's been very involved in our freshman mentor program, and this year started our new resiliency mentor program where he's helping in the classroom with some executive functioning skills for some of our kids. Adam's just a great kid overall, and we're really, really proud of him. He's looking to go to Drexel University or UMass Amherst, UNH, or NC State. It's coming down to the wire. He's got to make his decision soon. Maybe study civil engineering, but congratulations, Adam.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. So, if you were looking back at your 4 years at Chelmsford High School, what is one memory that stands out that this was it?
Oh, wow. I think the one memory that stands out is the state tournament playoff game this past March. You know, unfortunately we lost, but just the coming together as a team, going into the tournament, our team dinner before, going to the establishment, it felt different. That game was different than anything else. It was fun. I happened to score in the game, and I can go through film and I can remember what I was feeling at that moment, and it's just something I'll never forget.
And a great season.
It's great. You know, while we're on athletics, not many kids these days play 3 sports, every season, and that's a great thing to be able to say that you've done. What's been the best part of being a 3-sport athlete, and what's been the most challenging?
The best part of it is just being part of a team, being able to have just being at home and being part of a group chat, and all the jokes that get cracked in it, and then going to team dinners the nights before a match or a game, and all that camaraderie and the relationships you build through the team. That's uncomparable to anything else.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the hardest aspect is, I think, it's time management. Whether it's with your sports, getting on the ice during the golf season and getting to the cage during the hockey season, or just with school, having practice every day and games some nights, late bus ride home. I think that's the toughest aspect to playing 3 sports.
Sure.
Dean Blagg mentioned a few schools that you were looking at.
Yeah.
What would be the school, what school are you looking at for what reason, and then what would you be going there for in terms of a major, do you think?
All right, so honestly, each school is obviously different, so each school has a different draw for me. For example, Drexel, I would go there and probably partake in their co-op program, so I'd be able to work with something in the field of civil engineering. That's what my plan at the moment is to study. And I'd be able to work with companies in the area and get paid while doing it there. So that's the draw to Drexel. And then to the other 3, they're all pretty big schools. So the draw of going to a big school and a real campus feeling is kind of why I like those 3 compared to Drexel, which is in the city.
That's great. Well, believe it or not, our time is up. So on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary and on behalf of the administration here at Chelmsford High School, I want to say congratulations on being Student of the Month. We wish you all the best.
Way to go, Adam. Proud of you.
And this brings us to the second Student of the Month, Dean Blagg.
Yeah, thank you, Principal Murray. I'm really excited to introduce Sara Silva as one of our March Students of the Month. Sara is a tremendous kid who has really challenged herself and accessed everything that Chelmsford High School has to offer. She's taken a large number of advanced classes, AP and honors classes, and really the rigor has been tremendous, and she's an excellent student. On top of all that, she's very involved. She's in 3 different honor societies and the service that goes along with that. She's been very active in our freshman mentor program and serves on the ELL transfer board, which is such an integral part in helping kids acclimate to Chelmsford High School. She works part-time at the Lighthouse, or is done at the Lighthouse School. She's been very active in our theater group. In particular, her strength is costume design. She's won some awards for that. She's very artistic and very, very dedicated to that. Whatever she does, she goes all in. And more than that, she has a great smile. She spreads a lot of goodwill around this place, and we're really, really proud of her. She's off to Merrimack College in the fall to study early education. Hopefully she'll be joining us in the school someday. But congratulations, Sara.
Congratulations. We notice you have quite a diverse background, from working in the Theater Guild. You were in RILA Leadership Conference. I think you also worked with our ELL and the Transfer Board. You've done so much for our community here, which is great. What will you be taking with you to Merrimack College and for their community?
I think the biggest thing that have really struck me is volunteering and working with through the ELL mentor board with students who need help, whether it's coming into a school during the year and they are coming from a different school, or they're have English as their second language and they need someone, just a friend or a helping hand to integrate them into the CHS community. And through volunteering through NHS and NEHS and everything, that has really inspired me to really continue volunteering and helping others through college experience and beyond. And that kind of ties into with working with children. I've always liked helping people, and I hope to extend that in my future.
That's great.
What first got you interested or passionate about going into early education?
I think there have been many elements throughout my life. I have grown up to be the oldest cousin. I have all little cousins in my family, so I grew up having these strong bonds and babysitting them and always spending time with them, and that's kind of sparked my love for spending time with children. But what really wanted me to pursue teaching specifically, I think, was my both my experience at the Lighthouse Art School in Lowell that previously closed, but I was a volunteer TA and working with children through elementary ages and teaching them different art lessons and helping with what was needed. And my experience at Harrington Elementary this year in their kindergarten classroom at Ms. Menezes, those 2 experiences combined really inspired me to pursue education for kindergarten, the age group. I just kind of fell in love with the children, their age, how much they love to learn and how excited they get and everything. And like the content matter, that's something I love to help too, so.
That's great.
Good for you. I think that's a tremendous vocation, obviously. We're very passionate about it, and we could use great teachers, so thank you.
Especially at that level, for sure. So our 5 minutes are up. That time went by really fast. Yeah. So on behalf of the Rotary Club and the administration at CHS, we're so proud of you, and congratulations on being March Student of the Month.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we go to Whittier House and introduce Dean John MacIsaac, the Dean from Whittier House, to introduce the Students of the Month.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Our first student of the month is Sofia Balan. Sofia is enrolled in AP Spanish, Calculus CP, AP American Government Politics, Senior Odyssey, PLTW, Principles of Engineering, AP Psychology, American History through Film. She is a member of the National Honor Society, the National English Honor Society, the World Language Honor Society. She's a member of the Freshman Mentor Program, and this year she's serving on the Executive Board. She's been the recipient of the Joanne Paquette Senior Academic All-Star Award, the Lacrosse Scholar Athlete Award, Field Hockey Scholar Athlete Award, you're getting a theme here, Ice Hockey Scholar Athlete Award. She's a 4-year member of the girls varsity lacrosse team, serving as the captain this year, and I look forward to hearing about the season as we get going here. A 5-year member of the varsity girls ice hockey team, and a 2-year varsity member of the varsity field hockey team. Outside of school, she does some volunteering with the youth sports programs with field hockey and lacrosse. She also works at Sully's. It's coming into that season where things are getting busy over there. And next year, she's not sure where she's attending. She's narrowed it down to the University of New Hampshire in Syracuse. And she'll be majoring in business, hopefully marketing. Welcome, Soph. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So kind of tell us about your experience here at CHS. Obviously, you've played 11 seasons of varsity sports with some JV in there early on, but how has your balance been here, and like what's kind of shaped you into who you are?
Well, obviously I've been playing a sport every season since freshman year, so I've been very, very busy, but I've found it easy to like manage my schoolwork along with my sports, and sports are just a nice break in the day, so you don't have to just go home and do your homework. Like you can like hang out with friends and like play the sport you love. So
out of all the things you've done, all sports, what is your favorite? And don't cop out and say
my
whatever
favorite
season
sport.
I'm in, right? That's usually common for someone who plays a lot, but like what's, I guess, your favorite sport to play and why?
Well, field hockey has probably been my most enjoyable sport because I started it freshman year. So I've been playing like hockey and lacrosse since I was younger, but like it was a nice switch up to play field hockey. So that's probably because it's newer. I find it to be most like exciting.
Nice. Your role on the executive board for the mentor program. What is your, like the capacity of your role and what you're doing with the group?
Well, we just like planned all of like the mentor and mentee like events. We matched all the mentees and their mentors, and we just tried to make all the transitions as smoothly for all the freshmen coming into like high school and stuff. So we got to like work a lot with Miss Orsini and like work together and figure out the best way for the freshmen to enter to CHS.
Nice. Hopefully passing the torch to your sister and other very good candidates. Got it down to the final two, it sounds like. UNH, Syracuse. I guess, what do the two schools offer? And like, what did you learn here that you're hoping to apply at your next stop in education?
Well, I'm looking at business schools in both of them, and they all have like club sports, and they're actually very similar. So wherever I go, I feel like I'll have a similar experience. And so I hope to play like sports and do schoolwork, obviously, in college too. So I'll use my time management skills from CHS in college.
Okay.
So.
Good.
You're involved in so much sports outside of school. What do you do when it's just your time?
I probably just like go on my phone. I'm probably like calling my friends.
So you actually call them? You don't just text them?
Like FaceTime.
Okay, FaceTime.
Text them.
That's kind of dying.
Hang out with my dog.
Well, our time is up. 5 minutes is up. I want to say on behalf of the Rotary Club and administration at CHS, congratulations on being March's Student of the Month. Really
Thank
proud of you.
Congrats.
And now we go to the second Student of the Month from Whittier House.
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Our second student of the month is Chloe Molinari. Chloe is currently enrolled in AP Spanish, Senior Odyssey, Health, AP Environmental Science, Quantitative Reasoning, AP Psychology, and she's a career X in Whittier House, giving Miss Fallon a helping hand whenever she needs it, and everyone else up there, including Dr. Biranavan. So she's enrolled. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, the World Language National Honor Society. She is part of the Freshman Mentor Program and also serving on the executive board. She has earned high honors in all 4 years here at CHS, and she was a second-team all-conference swimmer in 2021. She's been a 4-year member of the swim and dive team, this year serving as a senior captain. Outside of CHS, she does things like reading, baking, enjoys some sports and nature, and works at Whole Foods in Westford, so you may see her at the checkout. Next year, she's already declared to go to the University of Vermont and is majoring in environmental engineering. Welcome, Chloe.
Hi.
Environmental engineering, how did you land there? Is it school? Is it stuff at home that's kind of influenced your decision?
Yeah.
Like it's very specific and we're making some progress there going that way.
It's definitely influenced by the school. I think that Vermont is so like a perfect environment to be able to, study like outside in nature and things like that. I've always loved like being outside. I was a Girl Scout for like 10 years, and one of our projects was we were like revitalized one of the parks in Chelmsford. So I think that really kind of sparked like my interest in wanting to make a difference and things like that. So.
Very good. You may cross paths Miss Kelly. She was a chem teacher here for a few years, so she may be up there. She's doing some work.
Awesome.
You've done some volunteering through St. Mary's, I believe, with the parish. What have you done, and kind of like what led you in that direction to volunteer with them?
So St. Mary's is the church that I go to, and one of the places that they volunteer at quite often is called Cor Unum. It's a meal center in Lawrence, and a lot, like, I think me and my family usually will go there, and like it's kind of like a restaurant for people who aren't able to like go out and get food a different way. So we act as like the servers and things like that. It's like fun, actually. It's kind of like a role play of like working as a waitress, things like that. But it's nice because then you leave and you feel like you did something to better the community. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Swim and dive, speaking of community, both the men's and women's programs, it is a community, right, within the whole school, and they operate that way, and sometimes together. 4 years of it, captain this year, kind of what are some highlights, and like how was your 4 seasons while you were here?
Yeah, I love swim. I've been swimming competitively since I was like 6 years old. So to be able to be a captain this year was just like full circle moment. My sister was a captain when I was a freshman, and it was just awesome to like lead the team to our state championship. We placed 3rd, and it was just like nice to be able to represent them in like a different way as a captain, things like that.
What did you swim? What are your events?
I swam the 200 individual medley and the 100-yard breaststroke. I placed 6th in the breaststroke and 8th in the 200 medley.
Will you continue swimming?
Since UVM's D1, I don't think I'll swim. I might be able to do like a club though.
Good.
So yeah, definitely look out for that.
Good.
What do you look forward to the most?
At UVM? I think just like being in a different learning environment will probably, being able to take classes that like definitely geared toward more of my idea of a career and things like that, meet new people in a different state. I'm super excited to branch out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, our time is up. 5 minutes flew by fast. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club and CHS administration, congratulations on being
you.
March's Student of the Month. We're really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, Chloe.
And this brings us to Emerson House, and we're here with Dean MacNeil, who introduced the Students of the Month from Emerson.
First, we'd like to welcome Julia Pitts as our first March Student of the Month. Julia, we're so proud to have you.
Thank
you for joining us.
You've been involved in so much in the school. What is one sport or club or thing you've done that stands out the most, that meant the most to you?
I think definitely being a part of the lacrosse program the past 4 years. They're honestly all just my best friends, and I think I've learned a lot about leadership and just determination with the team. My freshman year and junior year, we won the Division I North sectional championship, and then we made it to the state semifinals both years. And I just became so close with the whole team, and that was, I would say probably the closest I've been with the team, and the most I've learned from a team. Yeah.
See that?
Out of all the classes you've taken a bunch of high-level classes, AP. What class has been the most impactful for your time here?
I think my AP Literature and Composition class this year that I'm taking with Mr. Cordemanch, I just really love the freedom we have to pick from a variety of texts, and I like how more this year than other English classes I've taken, I feel like they mean more and are more relevant to like our lives, I guess, in previous years, and I feel like I can take what I learned from the books and bring them outside the classroom, I think. That's what.
Speaking of your lives, what are you looking forward to next year, and what are your plans?
So next year I plan on going to a 4-year college. I'm deciding between UNH and UConn right now. So yeah, decision's coming up, but I'll probably, I'm gonna be studying business, hopefully focusing on marketing. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Mm-hmm.
What is it that you're stuck on between the two schools?
I guess they're both pretty different sizes, but I mean, they're both great business programs, so you can't really go wrong for either one. So yeah, I just come down to making a decision.
You need a feeling, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you were involved in so much school here. What do you see yourself doing when you go to college next year, aside from your academics?
Yeah, I definitely want to be involved in a lot of business-related clubs. Like I know from all the tours and acceptance students days I've been to, they talk a lot about programs they have for like advertising and marketing and clubs like that, because I won't be playing a sport. I'll probably be doing a club sport. I'll most likely play club lacrosse wherever I go. But yeah, I look forward to getting involved in more academic clubs in college, yeah.
If you could give your freshman self a piece of advice, what would you have said?
I probably would have said to speak up more and just to be less quiet. I guess because I remember freshman year I was so scared to talk to like upperclassmen and stuff. And now a lot of those upperclassmen like I'm really good friends with now. And I'm like, oh, I wish I like spoke to them more when they were at school. But yeah.
Would you really explain to us? You're part of the Dean's Council, which I know it's something very important with our deans. What is the Dean's Council? What's the purpose?
So the Dean's Council, I've been on it. They started in my freshman year. I've been on it since freshman year. And we basically meet once a month, and the deans come to us with any like questions or like problems they have, or just our general opinion about what's going on in the school, and they ask us for advice just from like a overall student's perspective about what's happening at our school. It's really fun, and it like shows how much the deans value like student opinion, I feel like.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club and CHS administration, I want to say congratulations on being March Student of the Month.
Thank
We're
you.
very proud of you.
Yes, thank you.
And now I'll turn to Dean MacNeil for the second Student of the Month.
Our second student of the month for March is Ganesh Donkey. Ganesh, we're so proud of you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
So, looking at your bio, you're heavily involved in many things. One of it's DECA. Explain to us what DECA is and what are you doing with it?
Sure. So DECA is the business club at Chelmsford High School. So there's a lot of different business events that people can compete in. So the event I compete in is called Start a Business Plan, and I started competing it in my sophomore year. So basically the way it works is you find a kind of problem you want to solve, and you create an idea for a business to solve it. So you create a paper and a presentation, and you would present it to a judge explaining how you would solve the problem. So I started competing that in my sophomore year, and I've competed in it since then. It's been really cool being able to kind of look into a problem and see how you can solve it, both on a problem-solving side, but also on kind of a business side, learning kind of how things work behind the scene, whether it be looking at how do you actually figure out how much something costs, or how do you figure out how to advertise, and it's been a great experience overall.
Well, sounds like it.
Can you tell us one of the things you presented, one of the
Sure.
options?
So my project this year is a water filtration device. So the problem it's trying to solve is that in some communities they have very old water infrastructure, and oftentimes when the infrastructure breaks down or eventually starts to cause water quality issues, there's kind of a set period of time between when they're discovered and when they actually started. And so the idea behind the product is that it's installed and it makes it so that time period is decreased so that these problems can be solved quicker. So it's been interesting to not only look into the problem, seeing how many communities are actually affected by this, but also a little bit on the cost side and the electronic side, seeing is this a problem that's kind of a certain piece of technology can solve, and if so, how? So it's been really cool.
It's really impressive.
Exactly.
Also, I know you're very heavily involved with the Eagle Scouts. Could you talk about your experience with that?
Yeah, sure. So I was in Scouts since Cub Scouts, so it's been a long journey for me, like 11 plus years. I just recently got my Eagle Scout. They have this thing called a board of review, so it's your final review after completing everything, completing the Eagle Scout project. And I actually had that 2 Thursdays ago. So it was a good experience being able to talk with people outside of my troop. Some hard questions here and there, but it was great, yeah.
What are your plans next year?
Currently, I'm committed to Northeastern for computer science.
What would you like to do with that, you think? At this time, that is.
Yeah. I guess something I'm really interested in going to within computer science is artificial intelligence, just because how applicable it is to solving different kinds of problems. One thing I'm really interested in is, as well as biology, something Northeastern had is I'd be able to match the two up, and I think AI would be a great way to explore both. So it's something I'm really excited about.
That's pretty cool.
Really cool. So I have noticed you've taken such a great variety of classes, AP, high level. What is one class that really impacted your time here?
I'd have to say that one class would be Biotech 2 last year. What I really liked about the class is, like, as opposed to a traditional class setting where you're just learning, it was really great to be able to learn something, but the next day you're actually working with it. So, like, as opposed to a normal bio class, you might learn that it's possible to do this with bacteria. One class we'd sit down and talk about it. Next class the teacher would say, all right, we're going to do it. So it was a little daunting sometimes working with all these like actual lab materials, but it was really cool at the end being able to kind of apply directly what you learned in a high school class as well. It was great.
I noticed that you were also part of MIT. It was called the Sea Grant Blue Lobster Bowl finalist. What was that?
Yes, that was a science competition. It was kind of like a trivia bowl. So MIT hosts a regional trivia bowl about oceanography, so related to ocean pollution and things like that, for schools around Massachusetts. So last year I was able to compete with that with a team in CHS, and we actually reached the finalist round. But it was really fun. It was hard competition, but it was great, yeah.
Awesome. So when you're not working on all these projects, I know you've had a few internships.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about which one was the best one for you, you've had the most fun with?
Yeah, so I recently had the opportunity to intern at MITRE as a software intern. And one of the projects I got to work on was a cybersecurity project. So basically what my task is creating these small different programs that would be able to emulate certain attacks. So basically, someone trying to protect against certain threats would use these abilities, and they'd be able to see if what they had was up to date or if it was secure enough. So I mean, as you can probably tell, it's a little daunting to rush into. But there was a lot of learning that was involved. I got to talk with people that were at the company, learn from them as cybersecurity professionals. Overall, it was a great experience.
Sounds like it's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our time is up. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club and CHS administration, I want to say congratulations on being March Student of the Month for Emerson House.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
This concludes our latest edition of Lions Pride. I want to thank our deans for their thoughtful words and beautiful summaries of each recipient. I would also like to thank the Chelmsford Rotary Club for their unending support of this great program. Lastly, congratulations to all of this month's Students of the Month. On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary and the deans, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.